Okay, so I think we are live now.
Yeah,
Am I? Oh, no. Actually, the timer is there. I think so. 33, 34. It is live. So, hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the Azure developer community. I hope all of you guys are doing well. So, now today we are with an amazing session with the Microsoft Power BI, and we have an amazing speaker with us. His name is Tushar Badak. He will be taking the session. He will be discussing all the things about the Microsoft Power BI integration and all the tools and application, right? So without wasting your time, I'll be handing over the session to the Tushar. So Tushar, please.
yeah. Thank you, Darpan. Hello,
Yeah,
everyone. I hope everyone is fine. So, Darpan
yeah,
already introduced me. So, I think that we should start with the PPT, right, Darpan?
yeah. We can start. Actually, the time is much more. We have the time
Yeah.
constraints, so we can should take care of that also.
So, Darpan, just let me know if my screen is visible or not.
Sure.
Is it visible?
No, not yet.
Now?
Just a second. I think so. Yes, now it is
Okay.
visible.
So,
Correct.
guys, today we are going to learn an interesting thing that how we can build machine learning model and integrate into the Power BI. So, hello everyone. I'm Tushar Ramesh Bhadak. I'm from Surat. I'm a machine learning engineer. I'm also international and national level hackathon mentor in artificial intelligence and machine learning domain. I'm an entrepreneur. Also, I'm an active speaker, blogger, open source contributor. So, in this today's session, we are going to learn that what is Microsoft Power BI, how we will create an Azure machine learning computer clusters, how to create an automated machine learning run, how to deploy the best model at the real time, which is most important thing in data scientist role, and how we can connect our Azure machine learning model with the Power Query editor, which is an essential part of an Power BI. How we will create reports with visualization based on Azure ML model. And at the last, we will see how we can publish our Azure machine learning report to the Power BI services. Darpan, can I ask you one question? Hello.
Yeah.
So, Dapan, tell me one thing. If you are having an bundles of data, there are
Yes.
n number of rows and n number of columns, and you have to represent that data to your boss, then how you will represent it?
So it's a really an awesome question, an interesting question also I can say. But the thing what I will be doing, I will definitely make a graphical representation so that we
Right.
can represent the person or a boss. He can understand very clearly that yeah, this is the analysis. If we take an example of any of the technology growth, right? If we take Python from the
Yes.
year starting from the 1990s, we can say, or a 2000 year, we can say.
Right.
So from that year, how the graph is going in the upward direction, or it is having the straight line, or it is getting down, we can represent that very much clearly. And also the person who is willing to get idea, he will be getting he will get clear idea that yeah, this graph is going up. We So there is a growth in that particular technology. The people are using the technology in much. In that way
Exactly
I will
right,
be
Dapan.
representing.
Yeah, definitely. So this is the correct answer. If I am representing the data in a tabular form, which is having n number of rows and n number of columns, then I think it will be a very mashup thing, very messy, and I will won't able to understand that data. But if that data is displayed in a graphical format or in a visualization format, then it is easy to understand. And exactly here the Microsoft Power BI comes. So Microsoft Power BI is an interactive data visualization software which is developed by Microsoft with the primary focus on business intelligence. It is a collection of software services, apps, connectors that work together to turn your unrelated sources of data into an visualized and interactive insights. It is used to run reports and surface insight based on a company's data. Power BI can connect to a wide range of data set, whether it is an Azure data set, it is an SQL, it is an CSV format, or it is an Excel sheet. You can connect any number of data into an Power BI. The report and the visual generated from this data can then be shared with other users. So this was a little bit information about Microsoft Power BI. Now let's start that what is Azure machine learning. So now we are going to learn that how we will create Azure machine learning compute clusters. But for that, we have to understand that what is compute cluster. Azure Machine Learning Compute Clusters is a managed compute infrastructure that allows users to easily create a single or a multiple node computes. The compute cluster is a resource that can be shared with other users in their workspaces. Automated machine learning trains mini machine learning models to find the best algorithm with the best parameters. Azure Machine Learning parallelizes the running of the model training over a compute clusters. So now we are also going to do hands-on. So first of all, I'm opening my Azure Machine Learning Studio. So see, this is on my Microsoft Azure platform and it is my desktop. So first of all, we are going to create in Azure Machine Learning Studio on the, okay. So first we have to create an Azure Machine Learning Studio. So for that, in search bar, just you have to type machine learning. So you can see it is an in the symbol of one flask. So this is a machine learning 3. So now I have to create one new machine learning. So just click on that plus button, which is written as create. And here it is subscription. So I am using Azure for Students. So here Azure for Students subscription is given. Now here we can select a resource group. There is one resource group already available in my deck, in already in my dashboard. But let's create one new one. So just click on the create new and just have a name. So just I am giving one demo one. So this is my resource group. So one resource is created. Now let's have a workspace name. So I'm creating a workspace. Let's see today's Power BI workspace. So this is my workspace name. And in region, we can select any region. So let's I'm selecting our Central India. So I had selected Central India. Now you don't have to do with storage account, key vault, application insight, container registry. Just you have to click, you have to create your resource group, you have to name your workspace, and just you have to select your Central India. Then just click on the next networking button. So you will see some networking. Here also you don't have to do anything. Just keep what as it is. Now just click on the next advanced button. So now you will see that it is an account access. And there are two options, credential based and identity based. Just let it be as a credential based only. Now just click on the next text. So your name and value is given, but here we don't have to give any text to it. So just remain blank to it. And now let's create on the next review plus create. So now it will be seeing our basics thing. Sorry. So you can see all the basic thing and details of our machine learning. So subscription was my Azure for Student, my resource group, which I had given the name demo1, region, and workspace name. After seeing all this thing, just click on the create button and it will create my machine learning. So it may take few 2 to 3 minutes and we can now see that it will be deployment process. So it will take near about 2 to 3 minutes. One fact thing about Azure machine learning is that it is an integrated platform that we can easily explore all the machine learning services in Azure dashboard. So now sir you can see in that it is creating all this thing will be in the green column and it will be created. So let's see what now we have to do. Once it is created, we will opening our Azure Machine Learning Studio, and on the left menu side there will be a compute. So we will select that compute button and we will open the compute cluster tab. And afterward, we will select new, means we are going to create a new compute cluster. And in that, we are going to select VM size. So VM is basically virtual machine. You already have learned about virtual machines, right? And in this tutorial, we are going to select a standard underscore D11 underscore V2 machine, which is absolutely fine for our experiment. So just let's have a look that it's a yeah, its deployment is progress. So let's wait for a few minutes. So after selecting standard underscore D11 underscore V2 machine, we will select next and we will provide a valid compute name. Then we will select nodes and afterwards we will select our create button. Then our compute cluster is will be created. So let's have look that it's created or not. Yeah, it's creating. So just let's have wait for a few minutes. So in notification bar, you can see that our deployment is in progress. Okay, so our deployment is done. So now you have to click on the go to resource button. So just after clicking go to resource button, you will see an dashboard. And after scrolling down, you will see that manage your machine learning, and here it's button of launch studio. So just click on the launch studio. So now our Microsoft Azure machine learning studio is open. So as we know, here we are having notebooks, so we can easily write the code of Jupyter Notebook or a Jupyter Lab here. We can also do automated machine learnings. We can also do designer. So we are going in this session. We are going to use automated machine learning. But let's first of all we are going to create compute. So in this left column, so this computer icon is known as compute button. So just I'm clicking on that. So you will be seeing that it is compute instance, compute cluster, inference cluster, and attached computes. So we have to create compute cluster. So we are going to select on compute clusters. And now we are going to create a new compute cluster. So just remain everything as it is. It's Central India. Just only in virtual machine size, we have to select standard underscore D and 11 underscore V2, which is having 6 cores. And yeah, see here you can see the cost optimization. It's take $0.19 per hour, right? Just click on the next. Let's give the compute name, Power BI compute. Okay. How we compute, our minimum node will be 0 and our maximum node will be, let's see how much maximum node it has. 2 3. Okay, so 3 is the maximum node. So just don't do anything with this idle seconds, just let it remain 120. Now we will create, now we will click on the create button. So our compute cluster is creating, you can see the status. So it will also take few minutes to create it. So now what to do next? So let's see in the slides now what to do next. After creating compute cluster, we will be creating an automated machine learning run. So what is automated machine learning run? What we are doing, if we have to train our model, we were doing lots of coding, right? We were just implementing the data, we were exploring that data, we were removing the null fields, we were exploring it, we will doing visualization, and after that we were implementing all different kind of models like regression, linear regression, time series analysis, and decision tree, random forest, and then we were having that model deployment. But automated machine learning don't require any code, just select, just drag and drop, and definitely all your model will be trained. So automated machine learning, also referred to as an automated ML or auto ML, it is the process of automating the time consuming iterative task of machine learning model deployment. With automated machine learning, we will accelerate the time it takes to get production ready ML models with great ease and efficiency. In Azure Machine Learning Studio, in the menu on the left, select Auto ML. Okay, so just let's see. Okay, our Power BI, our compute cluster is succeed. We had seen the notification that it is succeeded. So see, it is notebook. This icon represent Auto ML and this icon represent designer. But here it is a data set. So let's import an data set. So just clicking on the data set icon. Now we are going to create data set from an open data sets. And we are going to use simple diabetes data set. So just click on the diabetes data set. Just do the next. Don't do anything, just keep the name as it is. If you want to change, you can change that and just click on the create button. Sorry. So our database is created. Let's have a look if our compute is ready or not. Okay, so now what to do? We are going to create an automated ML or auto ML. So just click on the automated ML. So now you will see that we have to create new automated ML run, right? So just clicking on the new automated ML run. So you are having the dataset name. So this is dataset that recently we have imported. One more thing, that if we want to upload our own dataset, that also functionality Azure platform is giving. See, if we are, I have to upload from local files, I can do that. I can use data stores. I can also use web files like JSON formats, and I can also use data set that is already available in the Azure portal. So I had already used the data set which is already available in the Azure portal. So just click on the sample diabetes test. Just click on the next. So after selecting dataset, we will select some configuration run. So you can see that select new automated ML run, then select the diabetes dataset that we have created earlier, and then select next. Now we will having a configure run page. See, this is configure run page. So what to do in that? Under experiment name, we have to create new experiment name. We will have the experiment name new, and in the target column field we will select y. Okay, so let's first of all, I think we have to explore that data set, right? So just I'm opening this. We forget to explore the data set. Explore. So see, this is the id, age, gender, one for male, two for female. This is an BMI. This is the BP, sugar 1, sugar 2. These all are the tests of the diabetic patients, and this is an y. So what are the predictions, what are the actual diabetic value? So this is y. So this is our target thing. So we are going to create predict all these thing, and we will predict what kind of diabetic value the patient is having according to this all inputs. So this is a basic data set of diabetic. So now we are going to enter an experiment name. So just I am entering diabetes underscore test. In target column, we will use Y. And in compute cluster, we just have created compute cluster, and we will use that Power BI compute that we had created earlier. So just click on the next button. So your classification, regression, and time series forecasting. So three types of tasks are given. So this is a regression thing. This is not classification. What is classification? Basically, you all know that you are having a Gmail accounts, and in that mail is coming. So Gmail, what Gmail do? It already classified that whether it is a spam or it is not a spam, right? Or we are when we are giving an exam, so we are giving true or false. The statement will be true or false. So there are only two values: yes, no, true or false. So this is classification. And what is regression? It's have different types of values, right? And what is time series forecasting? So time series forecasting is like predicting the Bitcoin price, predicting the stock value prices, which is having a sequential change in particular times, right? So this is time series forecasting. So according to our data set, we have to select our task. So this is not a classification task, and this is not a time series class. So this is a regression task. So we had selected on the regression. Now just let's click on the next button and just remain as it is. What the validation type and data set test is there. We don't have to change anything, and just click on the finish. So see, in select compute cluster field, select the compute cluster that we had created earlier. Finally, select a machine learning task. In this case, the task is regression, and afterwards select finish. Just note that automated machine learning takes more than 13 minutes to finish the training the 100 models. So it will take near about 45 to 50 minutes to create, and we are having the session of only 1 hour. So already I had created this thing, and we will explore that thing. Just you can see that how it's looking. See, status is not started. We will wait for a few minutes, then you will see that status is starting. Sorry. So the notification bar, nothing is there. So see, you can see the status starting. It takes a lot of time to automatically build. So now we will explore our own model that I had created earlier. So the next thing is that how to deploy the best model at real time. So in order to start using a model for practical decision making, it needs to be effectively deployed into production. Right. When we are doing models, so we are building different kind of model. But from that all models, we have to choose the best model which is giving an actual prediction value near about that. The goal of building a machine learning model is to solve a problem, and a machine learning model can only do so when it is in production and actively in use by consumers. As such, model deployment is an important model building. When automated machine learning finishes, we can see all the machine learning models that have been tried, selecting the models tab. And the models, okay, so now just let's see all that model, but it will take a lot of time. So we are going to have our own thing. So see, this is an PB underscore auto ML that already I had created. And now we will see the models. I'm just opening this tab, and I can bet you that while our lecture is going on, it will be continue running only. See, now I had got that it is running. So it is now just validating run configuration. Afterward, it will do model deployment. So it takes a lot of time. So see, here you can see all these models. It is stack assemble, standard scale wrapper, elastic net, proper scaler, bin max scaler, light GBM, random forest, proper scaler, extreme random forest. So these are different models that is created already. So now if we have to do model deployment, then what to do? Just see, now you can see that it is a normalized row. You can see the value is in ascending order. It is increasing when we are going down. If we want to see the which is the best model, so we can just click on there, then you will know that decision tree is the best model. So now we can select any of the model, just click on this icon and just click on the deploy. So you are having two options, deploy to real-time endpoint and deploy to web service. We are going to use deploy to web services. Just clicking on the deploy to web services, give a name. So just I'm giving happiness underscore model. And in, okay, okay, it's already existing. So now in compute type, we are having Azure container instance. Just click on that and see this model supports no code deployment. So you may optionally override the default environment and driver file. So just click on the deploy. So it will take few time for deployment. See, we had gotten success message that model deployment is successfully triggered. So after we select the best model, the deploy button is enabled. Select deploy to open the deploy model window and follow this all the steps. Okay, so our model is deployed. So now the role of Azure machine automated machine learning is completed. Now we have to come onto the stage of the Power BI. So you can see that now it's still in the validation run configuration. It's not under the model deployment. Really, automated machine learning takes little bit time. Okay, so let's come to the Power Query Editor. So what is Power Query Editor? It is an important and essential part of a Power BI. Power Query is a data transformation and data preparation engine. Power Query comes with a graphical interface for getting data from sources and a Power Query editor for applying transformation. Using Power Query, we can easily perform the ETL. What it means ETL, extraction, transformation, and loading processing of the data. So now let's create the data model. So see, this is our database, and we have to select this database link. And already I had pasted in my PPT, the database link. See, so what we have to do, we have to open our Power BI desktop and select get data. And in that get data dialog box, we have to search for the web. And from that web source connect, we have to paste this and we have to create OK button. So already my Power BI is open. So see, this is how Power BI look. And already I had done the sign in option. You have to sign in. So see, this is an look of a Power BI. So how to import the data in Power BI? So you are having here options. You can get data, you can Excel workbook if you are having Power BI desktop. Like Microsoft Azure portal, Power BI is also having some inbuilt data sets to explore these services. So in get data scale, so see you can see the different kind of options. Data flow, SQL, text or CSV file. So from in web section, just click on the web section. And now we have to paste our dataset URL. So just I'm opening this URL. You will see that it is a dataset that we had done the exploration. See age, sex, BMI index, BP, and our Y. Right? Still, it isn't running. It takes really a lot of time. So that's why already I had built and model earlier only. Just click on the OK. So see, all our data is imported. Now just we have to click on the transform data button. So while clicking on the transform data button, Power Query Editor is opening. So see, this is a Power Query Editor. Okay. So we had completed all this step. Now what to do in the home ribbon of the Power Query Editor, select the Azure Machine Learning button. So see, you can see that Azure Machine Learning button. So we are going to select that. Okay. Already I had signed in, but when you are clicking on the Azure Machine Learning button, you will be having an pop-up box for signing. So you have to sign in with that login credential in which you had created the model. Because if you are signing with an other account, then your model will be not synced and not connected to this Power BI desktop. So just remember that whenever you are doing this practical and you are signing into Power BI query editor, then you have to sign in with the same credential. So after signing into your Azure account using single sign-on, we see a list of available services. So what are the available list of services? So just click on the Azure Machine Learning. Sorry. So it will take few time. So then we have to select the services that we had created from the train and a deploy machine learning model, and Power Query populates the column automatically for you. See, these are all the Azure machine learning models that we had created, right? So just click on the model. So this is my diabetes underscore model. So you can see all the columns that is included in the database had imported here, right? Which data column is not imported? That is our Y. Why? Because Y was our target column, right? So just now just click on the OK button. So see, now you will see something differently. See, you are having one more column inserted, that is Azure ML dot my underscore diabetes underscore model. And all this value is in list. But if we have to see all this value, then what to do? Just click on this arrow button and expand to new rows. So see, now you all this list will be converted into their predicted values. And this all value is not randomly generated. This is calculated using our model, which we had used for model deployment in diabetes database. So now you can see all this thing. Okay, so we had connected an Azure machine learning model, the Power Query Editor. So it's very quite simple. It's not a big mesh. It's just quite simple. But only you have to remember one thing, that you have to sign in with the same credentials in your model is created. Let's have a look about that model it's created or not. Okay, so validation thing is completed, but now it's running featureization. There are many steps, right? You know what all steps we have to do when we are doing model deployment. So it is doing, we are doing with code, with the help of code. But Azure machine learning, automated machine learning is doing automatically, right? Sorry. So selecting OK calls the Azure Machine Learning Services. It triggers a warning. Okay, so actually already I had done this practical, so it will not give me the data privacy prompt. But when you are doing first time, it will trigger a warning on data privacy for both the data and the endpoint. And on that button, you have to select public. Select continue. In the next screen, select ignore privacy level and check for this file and save. And once the data is stored, Power Query creates an additional column named Azure ML dot your model name. And see, you can see that Azure ML dot my underscore diabetes underscore model is my model name. The data that service return is a list. You had said that all the values were in the list, but we had converted that list into the values. To get the predictions, select the double-headed arrow. One double-headed arrow was shown, right? In the Azure ML dot my underscore diabetes underscore model column, header and expand to new rows, and all these things we had done. Now follow these next steps to finish cleaning up your data model. Now just let's have something data cleaning, what we called. So what we are going to do, this is y is an actual diabetic value, and Azure ML dot my underscore diabetes underscore model is a predicted value that is come for our model. So what I'm going to do, just right click on the header and I'm going to rename it. So I'm renaming it predicted. Sorry. So see the name is changed, and for this y I am renaming it to actual. It will be clear for better understanding. Now see, it is an integer and it is a decimal value. So now what to do? We are going to convert this both value into a decimal value. So how to do? Convert that data types. Just click on the header file, change type, and just I'm clicking decimal number. So now it will be converted into the decimal number. Sorry, it will take few time. Okay, so it's converted into decimal. So now see predicted, also this change into decimal number, so it will be changing to a decimal number. So see, rename the Azure ML dot model name column to predicted, rename the Y column to actual, and change the type of the actual column. Select the column, then on the transform ribbon, select data type, and we had changed the decimal number. You had seen all these things. Now, what to do after doing this? On the home ribbon, select close and apply. So see, you can see here, close and apply. Yeah. So the loading icon is gone and it's already done. So now I will do, close and apply. Okay. So my Power Query editor is gone and my Power BI desktop is come, and all the data will be loaded into my Power BI desktop. And definitely, guys, Power BI is a trending data visualization application, and job role of a Power BI developer is also in booming market. So you can try this application, you can explore it. It has many vast options. It has KPI, it has model deployment, so you can do different kind of visualization. You can have a very good future in Power BI career. So the what database is loading, it's loaded. So now you will see in field section diabetes tab. So here is our database. This is our visualization panel. This is an data set. See, okay. See actual and predicted, right? First only we are having Y. You can see here. We are having only Y, but we had created this also. And this is a relationship. Now we are having only one table. But what if we are having multiple tables and we are dealing with this? So when we are doing SQL, so we were doing giving primary key and foreign key relationship to all the data tables, right? But Power BI have a very good feature that which personally I love, that you don't have to give any relationship between those tables. It automatically predict the relationship. Yeah, if you want to give it manually, you can, but it automatically predicts all that relationship, and which is a very good feature that I personally think. So now just come into the visualization panel. So now our 90% of work is done. So now what to do the next thing? The next thing is that we have to create a report with a visualization based on Azure ML model. Power BI gives us two things. One is report and one is dashboard. And you know very well what is the difference between report and a dashboard. But let's have some glimpse on report and a dashboard. A report is a single page which shows different kind of visualization, but a dashboard is an like admin panel, right? You already, if you are a website developer and when you are doing when you are developing an admin panel, so we'll be having an many things of sales record chart. You will be having the users chart. You will be having different kind of queries chart. So this is a dashboard is like an admin panel, and report is like a single page report. So now we can create some visualization to show our data. And here I had written some steps. So in the visualization pane, so what is visualization pane? So this is a visualization panel. See, you can see the different kind of chart. This is a stack bar chart. This is line chart, area chart, pie chart. And also one important thing is that R script visuals and Python visuals are also supported by Power BI. This is an matrix column. This is a map. This is also one type of field map. This is an tree map, waterfall chart. So different kind of chart is available, and it's very easy to draw this chart. We will see all that thing. So we are going to create a line chart visual. So first, what we do, see, just I am dropping these buttons. You can see all these different kind of fields are available. So what I'm going to do, I'm just clicking on the line chart. Okay. So now see my line chart is done. Now what I have to do, drag the age field to the axis. So just click on the age and just here it is axis field. So see my age field is come and you will be seeing their age changes. Let's have this big thing. Okay. The next thing is that drag the actual fields to the values and predicted fields to the value, because at last what we have to show in the report, we have to show what are the actual values and what are the predicted values. So actual, so just actual in values, and same, see already line chart is drawn, and predicted in values, both the line chart are drawn. And you know very well, if same thing I have to draw using Python script or R script, I have to use matplotlib or cbon library, and I have to write few lines of codes, and then this thing is going to build. But how this thing has become easier while we are using Power BI desktop. So see, if we also want to show all these names on a prompt, then we have to do extra CSS, right? We have to use percentage matplotlib inline, which is our part of CSS. But in Power BI, we have don't have to do nothing, just drag and drop the fields. You can see this, and already title is also given, already values is also given. Sorry, actual and price predicted by age. So this is a type of report. So our report is done. We can already add many much more things or many much more graphs or visuals if you want. Let us have a look that what is the status of our model. It's now in model training. I told you if at the time of our session ending also, our model deployment will not be done because it takes a time. So now, at last, what we are going to do? We have to publish Azure ML report to the Power BI services. So what it means? It means that this report is only valid and only having access to me, not to you. But if I want to give this access to everyone, then what I have to do? Just simple thing, I have to publish it. So how I can publish it? Just click on the file, and first of all, everything you know, we have to save it, right? So just I am saving, and just I am having a name called active step. And .pbix is an extension of Power BI reports. So it's completed. Now what I have to do? I just can use this publish button also, or I can go from the file and click on the publish button and publish to Power BI. Sorry. So now I have to select my destination. So my destination is my workspace. So I had created on my workspace. Just next click on the button called select. So now it is publishing, right? So see all the steps is written, save the report, select file, publish, then publish to Power BI, sign into Power BI services. Already we had sign in, select a workspace. When the report is published successfully, select the open, means you will be seeing one link and we will open that link. See, so you can see this. My report is now open and it is explored. So see, you can see this. So I had published it my report. I think I have to share this thing report into a comment box. I think I'm not a Darpan. I'm not having access
Yes,
to
yes, yes.
the comment. So just I'm sending into a private chat.
No worries.
You can share this link in the comment box.
Sure, sure, sure. I will. I will.
So see, this is how I had published my report, and this makes our complicated task simple. So this was our today's session, that how we can use Azure automated machine learning model, and we can connect with the Power BI, and we can have a visualization reports. We can also have a dashboards, but dashboard isn't very big thing. In that we should have many much more kind of data types. But the important thing is that we have to clean up our resources. We don't have to forget to clean up resources. It is very essential because we are doing practice. If we forget to do our clean up resources, then the billing cycle will be going on, going on, going on, and at the end of the month, we will having a huge number of bill. Because you had seen that we were using standard underscore D11 underscore version 2, which was costing nearby $0.19 per hour. So if you don't plan to use the resources that you have created, delete them so you don't incur any charges. In the Azure portal, okay, so how to delete that? Let's see that also. So see, still it's running. Okay. So suppose I have to delete my PB under, so this was the model that already I had created. Just click on the delete button and just in this confirm dialog box, type the yes and have the delete. So see how no coding tasks are very easier than coding tasks, right? But there are many much more limitations with in coding task and in no coding task, right? But frankly, I tell you should prefer coding task, not auto coding. This is only for the practice and only for the basic level. So see, it's successfully deleted. So see, it's already deleted, right? We are nothing, we are not having any things that have any notification bar. Also we can see that it is deleted. So this is how we can connect our, now also see, let's it's in model training purpose only. So this is how we can connect our Azure automated machine learning models to Power BI, and we can display anything. So thank you. And I think now let's we have an question answers Q&A session, that if you have any. I'm also sharing my PPT. Uh, Dapan, just share this PPT link also to in the comment
I
box.
will share it. I will share it.
So guys, you can see that how it's very simple and very easy. But when you will come to understand all this thing, definitely Dapan, when we are going to explore all these services, right? So
We
guys,
need hands-on practice for that
yeah.
also.
So guys,
No,
Microsoft Azure is giving free $100 credit to the students. So use that credit and explore all the services that you are interested. Not only in machine learning or AI. If you are interested in deployment, CI/CD, Kubernetes, you can explore that services too. Right, Dapan?
you can explore anything because Azure is
Yeah.
much more big platform where you can do anything. Lots of technologies are trending day by day, not only in the Microsoft Azure, but also in another cloud provider or any of the cloud technologies. In the you can take a GCP also, but most probably people are preferring Microsoft, then they are preferring AWS, and all the cloud technologies are trending, but it depends on the regions. In
Yeah.
some regions they are preferring for the AWS, because if I take about US and all the places, then definitely they are using the AWS in
Right.
the, yeah. And Microsoft Azure is there. We cannot say that Microsoft Azure is not there, but it is also trending. But in the some of the technologies like cyber security and all the things, Azure is better as well as AWS is better. We cannot say
And
that this is not
yeah,
good
and
or bad.
most of the thing is common in all GCP, Azure, and AWS platform. Just only the name of that things are different.
All the platforms are same. There
Yeah.
are only minor changes, you can say, about the deployment time, you can say about the speed, you can say about the auto scaling features, about the clustering features, any of the features, classification feature also you can say. IAM admin feature is also different for the
Yeah,
GCP as compared to Azure as compared to AWS.
AWS.
Yeah. But what if we take about the GCP, it is much more easier. There is no need to go for a dashboard and click on the option and not like that. It is definitely directly we just open the your ID. Just we have to click on the I am admin. If you are willing to give any of the access to any of the person, then we can give directly. In AWS, it is also similar, but you should be familiar for that. If you
Right.
are not familiar, then any of the cloud platform will be tougher for.
Definitely.
And Power BI is on the booming. Literally, it
Yeah,
is booming.
definitely. There are many roles. Job roles are also in trending in
If
Power BI,
people
Power
are
BI
really
developer.
interested in the machine learning, data visualization, any of the field of the machine learning, then it is trending.
Yes, definitely.
So, is there any questions are getting? We are